people come in at probably like 11:30 for lunch or 12 o'clock for lunch. I still don't shop, but if I come probably around 12:15 when it's peak time and you don't get any seats, we have to find.
Usually it entails just walking around over and over again until you see people who are nearly finishing up their food. Sometimes if you're lucky, you get a seat like immediately, but if you're not, then you just wait around for people to finish their food before you take their seat.
Initially, I will go with a group of people. So normally one person will chop the seeds and the rest will go and buy the food for the person who is chopping the seed as well.
Yeah, I guess we need to follow it. I mean, if we don't do it, then we don't get any seats. That's a sad part.
Yeah, in Singapore, yes.
Have you seen it at your here?
Yes, quite a few times. In fact, if you look around, you'll see quite a few people use tissue packets to chope seats.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is a norm.
It is a norm.
It happens very frequently peak hours, max.
It's not healthy because sometimes some people take a long time to get their food. By that time, some others can actually finish having their lunch. But at the same time, if you're in a big group, you get some confirmed kind of seating. So it's pros and cons, I guess.
Yes, I think it is. But it's become so normal in Singapore. Maybe for tourists, it's like, why are there tissue packets on an empty table? But for Singaporeans, I think it's pretty much understood. But yeah, it can be considered ungracious.
Inconsiderate. Yeah, I have a partial view in that. Okay, because one, it seems like you're snatching away a seat from somebody. But the other thing is, peak hour, working class people only got 1 hour lunch. And it's already very packed. So I think by chopping the seat, I think it has become a norm that everybody has accepted it, that time is limited. So we just chop the seat, we quickly eat, and then we leave. The most important thing is they eat and leave instead of eat, sit down, eat and chat and waste time for 1 hour. So I think it's partial.
What goes around comes back around. Hey,
I think that we have pretty much progressed as a country. We should also do so in terms of how we conduct ourselves in public. So, it would be nice if you're with friends that not everyone just leave tissue packets and just walk away. One person can just wait and the other person can
Get their lunch.
It's a Singapore culture. There's nothing much to say about it. I think it's okay as long as, but if somebody finds that it's wrong and sometimes we just have to accept it.
It's unique. I haven't seen it.
It makes Singapore ungracious, not so much unique.
That it's actually a Singaporean culture. So does this culture actually make Singapore unique or ungracious?
I would say uniquely ungracious.
Never. Okay, also,
Okay. So if you were to have lunch with a client or business associate from overseas, will you resort to such tactics in front of him or her?
No, I would most likely bring him to a restaurant.
Okay, but assuming that you want to let him or her try the local cuisine in, let's say, a hawker center or food court setting, would you do that?
Based on your question, I would actually be bringing him after the peak hour. Not because I don't want him to see the ungracious activities, but it's more of there's more time to talk, there's more space.
I think it came about when a bunch of hungry people came together and they decided they didn't want to wait for each other and they just left tissue packets because they didn't want to leave behind their belongings and they just went off to get their food. So it caught on, someone probably thought it was brilliant and it became a trend.
Visiting cards, business cards.
Business cards, their employee pass, tissue packets, what else have I seen?
folders.
I don't walk around with tissue paper myself, so normally it's a human being who chops it. I don't have any other items.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Because I work in the CBD area, so CBD area I know it's very very frequent, even in the rundown coffee shops. So even in the high-end coffee shops like Banquet and stuff like that. Neighborhood areas, other coffee shops, I don't